What's up, everybody? Welcome to the shop. Man, it's evening. I figured, we'd have a little coffee. We got some instant coffee. I know that's cheating to some, but I had some left over from our trip. And I know we got a lot of stuff with lantern. Man, I'm going to use this, let's see if we can get it here, Coleman Powerhouse. This thing is, it's not that old to me, Some folks might think it's old. How am I tell you how old it is? It's a 4 of 1990. It sort of looks like a 288, but it's a lot bigger. But I tell you what, this thing will surprise you. And the best way to light this thing, because it's so high up, is I like to take this infinity match I got from Rob Hall over at Bluegrass Bushcraft. Got it from him out at Turkey Foot. And this thing's cool because I can reach way up in there. I just get a little alcohol, dip it down into alcohol. That's all I have to do. Shut the alcohol back up. And light it. And it'll stick way up in there, man. See? Infinity match. Stick it way up in this lantern. That thing's still burning. These lanterns are bright. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, it's a 1990s lantern, but the only thing I really don't like about it is how this glass is so exposed. It leaves a lot of room for breaking your globe. So there's our lantern lit up. Good deal. We'll make a cup of coffee and we're going to make it on the Optimus 99. Let's see what we got in the kit here. I'll be right back. All right, let's get into this. Loosen the strap a little bit, slide it off the back of the old stove. See what we got here. Got our windshield, windscreen, little pump, our handle. We want to use our lid for a pan, we can. We're not going to do that. Now you see right here, there's a spirits bowl. Oh yeah, here's our key. And get it out of the way out here. Alright. Now, this stove, most people fill this tank about 3/4 of the way up, unless you don't want to fill it all the way up. And if you see right here, that's your spirits bowl. So what you do, you put your fuel in here about right there. Make sure with your key here, make sure your valve is turned that way towards the tank. That means the needle's up. And then they would tighten this down, and take a little alcohol and put it in there and set it on fire and let it burn just about out and crack this. And the stove will start, the heat will build the pressure in the tank. There's no pumping, but this has this little pump. So say you didn't have no alcohol, some people take this off, dip in here, get them a little alcohol in a dropper and put it, a little fuel, and use fuel. And you see this confused me at first. This ain't like a Coleman, but if you can see, let's see if you can see right there, there's a hole, just a smooth hole, right? That's how your pump works. So this just goes on that like that. This is a two-way valve built into this. And then you can hear it. But all you would want to do is put this back on like this using the pump. Because it sort of confused me the first time I seen it. And only pump this like one time. All you need to do is get a little pressure in there, because all this is really for is to get a little pressure in that tank where you ain't got to dip it, and then you got a little pressure, and you would just crack your valve and watch, and fuel would just come up out of the generator or the jet. Now it's not really a generator, it's more like a jet, but when you get that needle clear, fuel's going to just leak over enough pressure to fill this tank, lock it off, then do your preheat. That's all this is. You don't pump it up. You don't just pump it like you would a Coleman. That's what this is for. It's just really, to me, to fill this cup. It does, and that's why it's made to take off, because it's got a two-way valve. Too much pressure gets in here and that's going to come off. So you don't want to just keep packing the pressure, but it will give it enough pressure to pump fuel through to fill your spirits cup, so you ain't got to take this off, put it on, and all that. But I think I'm going to preheat it the old school way with alcohol. We could use the pump, but the alcohol is just cleaner than fuel. Let me put a little fuel in it. See? That's how you know if you've got the right a two-way valve, is because it's going to have this stem on your gas cap. If it wasn't a two-way, it would be flat right there like any other fuel cap. And that's fine, it runs that way. Let's see, get a little fuel here, turn this thing to the side. It's going to be sort of hard to judge. We'll be all right. God, I'm making a mess. This full tank of gas. Oh, this is a big mess. Sort of sketchy with that lantern burning right there. Oh yeah, it's so easy to overfill this thing. So easy. I overfilled it easily. I'm gonna try to dump some back into the jug. I should have measured out, but my measuring cup's so dirty. You can see it right to the top. Man, we are not throwing no flame to that right yet. We'll be back in a minute. I think we're gonna be all right. There's a little bit of fuel. And there, I had it tilted up on its side. There's a little bit of fuel coming out, but not much. Let's just put just a little bit of alcohol down in here at the cup and see what happens. That's good, clean alcohol. Alright, here we'll cut this light out. That's something else cool about these lanterns. You can dim them. Flame will probably come up about this high when I turn it on a little bit. Starting to make a little noise. Let it go. Not enough. You know what? Let's just try it with the pump. Put one pump in there. Let me turn this light on. See, looks like it's wanting to come on. I believe it ought to be running a little harder than that. Maybe it's just got to warm up a little bit. Build up some pressure in the tank. Let's try this. Hey, the pump. The pump did it. I believe we got a little bit of a leak right here. It's already dying down. Well, we'll be back. I'm gonna have to find me some pits for my fuel gasket, because that's what it is, like a little pip, like in them 1950s. And I believe we got a leak at the gas cap. It's just old, but That's all right. It's running. Let me see if I can get you down here where you can see. It's running a little smoother now. But it's a small flame. I do think it should probably hold more pressure than that. It's running that, I mean, it's steady at that. I like to be steady at that. See, I'll take this off my head, get you down here where you can see it. Stoves are in immaculate shape. Just ain't been used a lot. Temperature is getting up to up here. We got to get to that green line. We're about 120, but it's a full pot. So let's cut this back off. That's what happens when we pump it. We're going to get a pot of coffee. We're going to get a cup of coffee off this thing. It's got these, it's like the M1950 stoves. I call them a pitcock or peacock, or I don't know how you exactly say it, but inside that, there's little rubber, it's like a two-way with little rubber pieces, and those rubber pieces, when they get hard, when they sit a long time, they get hard, they lose their effectiveness to hold the pressure. And that's how it's a cheap little part. I don't know if a 1950 will fit those or not. I'm gonna have to do some investigation, but it'll be an easy fix. Alright, we'll be back. This is gonna take up a lot of time. You know, I'm gonna say this, you can see it's coming on up, but it's holding steady. And that's maybe what this pump is for, is if it's really cold outside and this thing ain't building up enough heat. The tank's a little warm, but I can touch it. That heat, this will help heat it up by giving it those pumps, because this has to be warm for it to expand to push the gas through. So that is probably what the pump is really for. If it's really cold outside, it'd have a hard time all of this heating up. So you can just keep it going, your fire going stronger with this. I mean, it's holding steady. If it was losing a whole lot of pressure, it would just continue till it was weak, until it just went away. But as you can see, it's just holding a steady flame down there. And that pot also is helping keep that heat down to warm up the system. We're going to be, let me see here. Brought one of my favorite coffee cups. This is handmade. Two Creeks Pottery. It's over here near our house. Our friend Jessica runs it. It's pretty cool. Everything's unique. And she always puts Bible verses on the bottom. Always be humble and gentle. Be patient with each other. Let's see. Let's say, hang alliances for each other's faults. Have for each other's faults. Because your love. It's hard for me to read, but it's a really cool coffee cup, man. One of a kind, and it's pretty too. It's real pretty. Let's see where we're at. Look at there. We're almost there. When it hits the green, we're going to start seeing smoke, steam. I love these kettles. Let's see here. Oh, I'm going to catch it for this. This is some of our instant coffee we had left over from our small trip to the mountains. You know, we got to use it up. It ain't bad. Go ahead and put a scoop in there. But I didn't want to make a whole pot out here tonight. I ain't going to drink a whole pot. It's almost there. Can you see it? It's almost to the green. When it gets to the green, usually you'll see steam. So even if you hadn't got the temperature thing, as soon as it starts steaming, you know you're at the right temperature. That's how it usually works. Watch it prove me wrong. Woohoo! It's in the green. Pump's getting a little hot. There we go, see it? It's right over the green. Like I say, I had a lot, but we're starting to see steam. So even if you hadn't got the temperature gauge, when you start to see steam coming out, you know you're right there where you want to be. And look, our flame, cut this off, cut this down. I mean, our flame has been steady like that the whole time. Stick our key back in there and turn it off. I got my 50-50 sweet cream and pumpkin spice. I'll go ahead and give it a little stir here. Yeah, I like creamer. I believe it's out. Oh, stove's a little warm. I set it there. See how it tastes. Hot. All right. Well, there it is. Using the pump, checking out some coffee on the Optimus 99. It's a fun little stove. Look how that's come up. That's pressure releasing from the pressure release valve. It's warm. So at least you know the two-way valve's working. That's what it's supposed to do. It won't let it build up too much pressure. But, all right, man. Thanks for being in the shop. Until next time.